अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, मैं हूं महबूब हुसैन और आप देख रहे हैं एम शॉर्ट रिएक्शन। दोस्तों थंबनेल तो आपने देख लिया होगा। दोस्तों उम्मीद है आप ये वीडियो देख के आप भी इस तरह की वीडियो बना सकेंगे। तो वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं। वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले आपसे छोटी सी रिक्वेस्ट है, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो लाइक जरूर कर देना।
I've gotten to do a lot of crazy stunts over the
इस भाई
years,
के कुछ
but a lot of people think it's all just
फेवरेट
VFX.
फेवरेट वीडियो तो इनको कैसे बनाया है तो अभी
So
आपको
that's why I'm
बताएगा।
going to show you my top 10 favorite stunts and break down how we did them. And big thanks to Capri Sun for sponsoring. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't try this at home. First up, wire stunts. I've done wire work in a ton of my videos before, like this one where I get yanked around by a trash monster, or this one where I'm a weatherman getting sucked into a storm, but the alien abduction video is definitely one of my favorites. For this video, I'm a pizza delivery guy, and while I'm making my delivery, I accidentally get sucked into a UFO. Now, the easy way to do this is to just snap, throw me on a green screen, change the location, and have me fly around. But we don't think green screen always looks great. That's why we like to do things practically. Here's how it works. Wire work all begins with a stylish harness, typically hide under your clothes, but it's designed to evenly distribute your weight to prevent any injuries. High-strength synthetic ropes are attached to my side, and even though they look really thin, they have a lot of strength. I'm attached to the pulley system up there, that way when the rope team pulls, I go flying. We did a fun editing trick in this one too, where we actually erased the real wires and added fake ones back in post to trick the audience. Now, let's talk water stunts. In this video, I accidentally start a fire in my living room, and take a look at what happens next. I want you to guess if you can figure out how we did this effect. Water. CG liquids are one of those things that are really hard to pull off. It never really quite moves right, it takes forever to render, and honestly, it's just way more fun to dump liquid on people for real. What? And that's a wrap on it. Since the water needed to explode out of the TV with momentum, we had a fake TV with a hole in it and a ramp on the other side that we could just pour the water down. The idea was we'd pour the water down the ramp and it would pick up speed and then hit that table at the bottom and shoot upward like a wave out of the TV. But there was a problem. During our first test, the force from the water was so strong that it actually broke our table. My wife got to be in the video with me, which was really fun, and I'm sure she had a great time seeing me get blasted with water over and over again. She couldn't stop laughing about that. It's not that funny. As a final touch, we added some fake fish to the water to really help sell the idea that we broke this aquarium. Now, I know I mentioned earlier that we use wires for our flying stunts, but sometimes you just gotta do it for real. This is probably one of the craziest things I've done for a video. It's a sequence in a short film where I'm chasing down a guy in my paraglider. But to pull this off, I really had to paraglide. And I don't know how to paraglide. I didn't realize how difficult it was gonna be to take off. We actually ended up crashing in our first attempt. You have to do a running start and with 2 people, and then it's hard to gain speed. And once we were up in the air, we had to fly super close to the car to get the shots we needed. If you look right here, you can see we almost ran into the car a couple times. But thankfully, we had an amazing pilot. Speaking of crashing, it's time for wall stunts. Wall crashes are one of my favorite stunts. They're visual, they're high energy, and they're also just fun to pull off. This is a sneak peek of a video that isn't technically released yet. And without spoiling it, I'm in this big fight against a bad guy who's way stronger than me, and he throws me through a bunch of walls. For these wall jumps, we typically go through a sheet of thin drywall, which is brittle and easy to break. And for the final touch, we add some baby powder to it. It gives it this natural dust element in camera. We haven't always been using drywall. It took us some testing to figure this out. Our art guy was trying to use thin wood, and we were like, that's not gonna work, you should test it. Then this happened. This is the most expression of faith in my own life. All right, it didn't work. And that's why from now on, we use drywall. No matter how many times you jump through a wall, it's always just a little nerve-wracking. Your body just doesn't want to jump through a wall, but that's why you gotta commit. Speaking of crashing through walls, at the end of this video, I'm gonna be crashing a car through that wall, so be sure to stick around. Now, one of my favorite videos to make are what I call mini world videos. And in these videos, I'm a tiny person and everything around me is huge. Like in this video that I made with Capri Sun. So in this video, I'm gonna pop out of this magazine magically, run over here and push down this Capri Sun, and I'm gonna have a friend jump on, kind of like a blob that's gonna shoot me way up to the top of the basket where I'll grab a watermelon, and ultimately, I'm just looking to like refresh in the water here. Now, because I'm so small and we wanted to do things practically, we had to build a massive picnic set. We got a big picnic blanket, a 12-foot tall basket, and we even got to make these absolutely massive 8-foot tall Capri Sun pouches, which I'm pretty sure might be really cool. And the drink had the look and feel just like the real one, since the other actor and I are interacting with it. It was such an awesome prop. Plus the crew was enjoying drinking the regular size ones on set. The main part of this trick was a massive wire rig stunt. Only this time, I had to stick the landing. I'm actually not landing on a picnic basket, it's just a big flat wall. Instead, behind it is a scissor lift with a small landing area for me, so I have to be super precise with my movements. I had so much fun doing this stunt. It's something I totally would have had my action figures do as a kid. For this next one, we're gonna flip things upside down. Sometimes when I'm doing a stunt, it's not just me that has to be moved, but the entire set around me. This video was really crazy. It's one where I'm watching TV in my house with my friend and I accidentally pick up the wrong remote. Gravity remote! The way this effect works is the camera's mounted in the room in a fixed place. And that way, when the room moves, it doesn't appear as if anything is changing at all. But in reality, the gravity is completely switching. We've used the rotating room for a bunch of videos in the past, but this is one of the coolest. I mean, look at my friend Nate. He's just getting tossed all over the place. And when we shoot in this set, we do have to secure the furniture to the ground for so many safety reasons. You don't want a giant piece of furniture smashing one of us. If you look here at the end, I actually end up climbing this coffee table and dangling from the couch. And since the room is upside down, I'm actually dangling like 3 or 4 feet in the air, which is pretty scary. Speaking of scary, probably the most dangerous stunt I've done in my career was for this video where my mini helicopter turns into a real one and flies right over me. We shot this video in Alaska and things were going great, but then the helicopter passed over me and I've literally never been so scared in my life. I thought those blades on the back were gonna slice me in half. They were insanely close. This is a good example of a video that has a good amount of VFX. You can see that the mini helicopter in the beginning is actually just a green block that I'm holding in my hands, and we do line up with that big one, and that becomes practical. That's not the first time we've shot a video where my life was in danger. Like the time I jumped off a 40-foot ladder at Dude Perfect's headquarters, or when I dangled outside the door of a helicopter in Dubai. But the most dangerous was the time I almost got crushed by a sumo wrestler. Over the years, we've had several stunts that involve trapdoors. They're really fun, and they're a great way to quickly drop someone through a floor if you need them to disappear for a trick, or if they lose in a game show. I'm looking at you, Jimmy. But there's one trapdoor that we did that was really difficult to pull off, and it's where I'm running over to the sand pit only to find out that it's actually quicksand. The way we pulled off this one is we dug a hole in the ground and put a sandbox on top, and in the center of it, there's this big hole that I can barely squeeze through. Especially in rehearsals, I kept getting stuck on the rubber, and I'm telling you, that was not a comfortable fall. I kept getting sand in my eyes. And that's why we have our art guy Noah in the hole helping guide my fall. But once we did get it, it was awesome because we got it all in camera, no VFX required. One of my least favorite stunts to do are crashes. This is one of those stunts where it's extremely tough to commit to. I'm working up to it, okay? In this video, I'm riding a bike carrying a box of art supplies when I hit something in the road and then go flying over the handlebars. We practiced this stunt over and over again, but I had such a hard time committing to throwing myself over the bike. It's almost like my whole life I've been trained to not crash a bike. One of the guys on my team got on the bike and kind of showed me how they would do it. Commitment. And then I kind of got the hang and figured it out. For the actual take, I'm going downhill fairly fast and I have to land right next to the camera. And one of the takes, I got pretty close to destroying it. That was way too fast. Let's move on to car stunts. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you dropped a car on your diamond play button? Well, we did that. For this one, we dropped a car from a crane. It was probably the most expensive stunt on the list for sure. We wanted to test how strong the diamond play button was. And what better way to test it than to drop a car on it? We had a crane lift up this car and hold it above our set. And at the right moment, we released the car.
वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो लाइक और शेयर कर देना और चैनल को भी सब्सक्राइब कर देना। अभी आगे वीडियो बाकी है। ये
I see it. No way. No way.
इसके ऊपर पूरी कार गिराई थी।
It survived. These things are basically indestructible these days. They're awesome.
ये भी वो चेक करने पीछे करता बनाया।
Thanks to Capri Sun.